Hey guys, just wanted to do my review for Supergirl Season 2, Episode 17, Distant Sun. Now, after Monel tried to make breakfast in bed for Kara, she ends up having to go fight what turns out to be a bounty hunter who has he has spikes in his head and has like an eye patch where he's able to shoot a laser. She takes him out, but it turns out that he's one of many bounty hunters who was sent after her to kill Kara. And there's even another one who who has telepathic abilities, who tries to force Mon-El to kill Kara, with even the Guardian intervening, but he's no match for him. He's no match for Mon-El because of his super strength, and he can basically get chucked aside in the parking lot almost effortlessly. But Wynn's able to trick the telepath into standing down, making him think that he was holding a gun to his back, was really just a stapler. And when they take him into custody and he's telepathically interrogated by Martian Manhunter, Mon-El confirms his suspicions that Mon-El's suspicions that his parents Rhea and Lagarde put the bounty on Kara as a way to try to force Mon-El to go back to Daxam with them and leave Earth. And although you later find out that although because of the fact they've been told by the president to stand down and not engage with the Daxamite ship in fear of causing an intergalactic conflict, Supergirl tries to go with Mon-El, and they meet with Rhea at the Fortress of Solitude, but she ends up just showing up with a kryptonite blade and stabbing Kara and almost kills her until Mon-El agrees to go back to Daxam with them, and under the condition that he spares Supergirl's life and call off the bounty on her head. And which she does. You found out it was only Reyna who ordered the bounty and not Lagarde. And he starts to talk to his son, and Mon-El tries to say, why can't they just make the government more democratic than it was before, and he thinks things need to change. And Lagarde argues that, they survived this long because of the way things were, and you can tell it's because of the fact that he's shocked by what Reyna did, that Lagarde basically, you can tell it was kind of predictable that he was going to have second thoughts about forcing his son to come back with him by such means anyway. And desperate to save Mon-El and not lose him forever, Kara convinces John to go against the president's orders, and so Wynn is able to reactivate the portal that they got from episode 209, which was also directed by Kevin Smith, who directed tonight's episode, and it turns out they didn't need another portal at the end of it, which I guess was kind of a plot convenience. It was just a beacon, as they just said. So they're able to. So basically, Kara and Mon-El go through the portal onto the ship. Kara and Wynn go onto the ship. The former confronting the king and queen, and then Reyna tries to stab Kara with the kryptonite blade, but then she realizes that it's really Martian Manhunter, and she ends up fighting the Royal Guards while Wynn disables the security system and helps Mon-El escape. And there ends up being this huge fight in the main hall between Martian Manhunter and Legand, and then Queen Reyna and the real Supergirl, who eventually beams onto the ship, and then Mon-El grabs one of the Royal Guards energy staffs and blows a hole through the window, which the air vacuum kind of sucks some of the guards out, and we're all kryptonite blades. And Legand, activates an emergency airlock to close it off, and he calls off the whole fighting and just decides to let Mon-El go, realizing that he's made a decision. And so they go back to Earth and realize, and then it turns out that, I mean, I know they said there was going to be she was going, I guess they hinted at Terry Hatcher being a main villain for the last couple episodes of season 3, not season 3, season 2, and especially so it's kind of obvious of when she was hugging Legand and saying how they disappointed their people and broke their marriage, that she ends up killing him and says that I'm not done with this world yet. And another side story was focused on the Maggie-Alex romance, in which Maggie sees an ex-girlfriend, and Alex tries to be cool with it when they say they should catch up, but the girlfriend ends up not showing up to dinner with them, and so Alex goes to confront Maggie's ex, and Alex finds out that Maggie had actually cheated on her, and that's why her ex said that she doesn't deserve to be happy. And then instead of Alex just being completely mad about it, she acts more compassionate, which I thought was really nice, because she also refers back to the Valentine's Day episode where she lied about how things went when she came out to her parents, and she deduces that Maggie's afraid of getting close to people ever since because of the trauma of having her parents abandon her after coming out, and assures her that she doesn't have to be afraid to get close to being close to somebody and hurt, and that doesn't have to be so guarded, and which allows Maggie to finally reconcile with her ex, and John gets reprimanded by the President of the United States, and saying that she has to decide what those consequences are, and she morphs into this full-on alien with no hair and very scaly looking. And the whole time I thought the President might be in league with the Daxamites, just because of the fact that she was so adamant of having them stand down, and we don't know what her motives are yet, and whether she's on the side of good or bad. And I thought this was I definitely thought this was a lot better than last week's episode, just because it got to focus on the whole Daxam storyline, which ended up taking a backseat to this whole stuff going on with Wynn, his girlfriend, because of the actors filming the musical episode. And I gotta say, watching this episode, I thought this was crazy. I know Mon-El is a divisive character, but I thought it was just crazy how much people were going ape shit about they wanted Mon-El was ruining the show. It's this is so sexist, and her with John and Alex and Mon-El wanting her to stay down until they figure out who sent out the bounty, and that was only part of the episode. Could she have gotten more action scenes? Kara, yeah, that would have been nice. Could have been more scenes with Maggie and Alex. Sure, I mean, I feel they got a fair amount of screen time, but it's not a bad thing. But it's I just have to address I think this is getting kind of vitriolic and a little bit ridiculous. I mean, yeah, Mon-El is kind of an asshole. He was a selfish person, but it's he's learning to be less selfish and better himself, or at least paid forward and whatnot. And it's it just feels people seem to immediately gloss over that. It may not always be well written all the time, but it's this is kind of what Supergirl stands for. This is what the whole Superman characters stand for, representing human potential and inspiring people to better themselves, or at least pay it forward. And I feel Mon-El is supposed to exemplify, somebody who's trying to get their shit together, and is not going to do that overnight. It's a character arc, and it had this whole thing called like Queer L. It was like trending and saying that shipping Kara and Lena, and also wanting to spend more time with Maggie and Alex. It's like, I don't know. I just think it got like a little bit out of it got a little bit out of hand, and I just don't think he's being treated. I think the character is being like just unnecessarily bashed on, and maybe because it was played by another actor, I'd be able to understand. I'd be able to understand it. But I like Chris Wood. He seems like a very, very charming actor, and he's somebody who's kind of rooting for this character to, get his act together. And he has chemistry with Melissa Benoist, which I guess makes sense, especially since they're dating in real life. So, that's my piece on it. But anyway, how do you guys feel about Mon-El? How do you guys feel about this episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, and I will be able to upload, hopefully either sometime this week, reaction video, so a couple reaction videos, as well as my reviews for Flash, Legends, and Arrows. Take care, guys.